Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with Enchantress, the Babbler, on our evolutionary, revolutionary rise of high that is happening right now at this time. I am your beloved mystical muse, Enchantress, the Babbler, and if you're here, I know that your spirit dances in realms much farther, deepest seas. So for those of you new to this magical space, let me share. I am a lifelong transcendentalist with connections to the spiritual sphere, multidimensional layers, whatever it is that you want to call it, these things. Divination and spirituality have always been my guide. Tools of various kinds, not out of necessity, but for artistry, I confide. Right? So what does that mean? That means I don't need any of these things to read, to divine, to tap in, turn on, tune in at any given time. It's because I choose to, I want to, I like them, and it's part of my own expressionism, right? So welcome to my mystical sanctuary, right? I've been reading since I was a little girl. Which was over 3 decades ago. I know. I've been channeling and reading oracles for a very long time. Tarot and oracles are not my only sight. I divine and perceive beyond with love and insight. Right? So here we are, meeting mind, body, heart, and soul, finding evolution and revolution as their stories unfold, right? Here we explore energy, management, alchemy, and solutions. That's just my cat Ebony in the background, sorry, this is real time and this is just it, and that's just how it be. She's singing, you know what I mean? Because it's actually gonna be good because she has Ebony is a Virgo Leo. And right now we are in Virgo territory, still in Leo, impeding on. We're leaving Leo territory, entering Virgo, right? So Virgos, we're in Western astrology, they probably say it's Virgo. In Vedic astrology, it's still probably Leo season, but whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter, they all apply. But we have what this video is going to be about, which is the blue, I was going to say super, but blue super moon, which is in Pisces, which is Virgo's polar opposite sign. Anyways, because whenever we have that, right? Full blue moon, super moon. This is our supermoon. So this video is going to be about the supermoon. Okay, so get comfortable. All right, either way. So whatever. So here we explore energy management, alchemy, and solutions as I entertain you whimsically, giving my mysticism in all of its expression. Okay, so each video is unscripted and freestyled. Okay, as I present, together we dive into the deepest seas without relent. Beautiful souls, feast upon the mana I offer sip by sip. Let every light code illumination and activation uplift and drift, right? I am grateful for our meeting in this sacred space. May our journey here be filled with growth and grace. Okay, so that is my intro. Yeah, I wrote it down. It's also in the description box too, but I ad-lib too. What do you want me to do? That's just the poetess in me. Right. So expressing myself and just doing a little intro. So welcome, right? Welcome. So we are here and we are going to be talking about, right, this supermoon, this rare blue supermoon. Why is it rare? Because that's it. They said so, and that's part of conditioning, right? But it is the biggest and brightest full moon of the year. Okay, and that's gonna be happening August 30th, right? And it will rise on August 30th, right? And that's it, right? So it's called the blue supermoon. True. Right, the blue supermoon. It's the result of 3 lunar phenomena happening at once. Oops, I'm sorry. I knocked this down. Right? So it's rare. Sorry. And it's powerful. Right? It's rare and it's powerful. Just like you. So, well, we are also retrograding in so many different kind of things, right? Ebony, hold on 1 second, please. Okay. Yeah. Well, Ebony's persistent. But either way, so there's so I get really amped up, excited whenever Pisces is around. Maybe it's the Pisces moon in me, and which you would think, oh my goodness, when Pisces is around, you could just think about the amplification of my own Piscean nature, right? And for those of you with Pisces in your chart, then dominant in your chart, right? Then you know how deep you can go and how far you can be outside of reality, inside of reality, multidimensionality. Like if there's one sign that lives in every single multidimensional realm, it's Pisces. No? Right? And so either way, this cosmic alignment, right? It promises to be a conduit for profound spiritual insights and transformation. So for there to be transformation, there has to be transmutation. So that's good, right? Where there's transformation, there was transmutation, right? I should get a notebook. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have a pen and paper. Right? And so have your pen and papers ready. Have them handy right at this time because you're going to be so tapped in, turned on, tuned. For those of you that are here with me, you're going to be tapped in, turned on, tuned in. You know why? Because you tapped in, turned on, tuned in. You would not be finding my level of energy, frequency, vibration if there wasn't some level of you that's tapped in, turned on, tuned. Even if you're just intrigued and even if you're just like it's like a lore, it's enchantment. It's like there's just something, right? There's just something. There's just something. There's just something about us here, right? Exactly, and that's how people speak about you. For those of you who tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, right? That's how people speak about you. There's just something, you are unforgettable, right? You are a sight to behold. A sight to behold. And you can have the crown. It's time for you to have the crown, right? Even though if there might be some talking rabbits. Oh, you don't even see that. I'm sorry, I was just looking down at this and it was just like this and it was just like this and this is love without judgment, right? Love without judgment, anahata, and a straight flex. Right? So, and it might, all right, so you're working on your flex. Let me go get paper to write on. Okay, because there's some big shit happening here and I gotta write some of this down. Okay, so give me a second. All right, so the only one that I remembered right now is where there is transformation, there was transmutation. And we're working on our flex, right? And it's not even working one's flex. And it's not even that you're working on a flex. It's just that's how it's going to be, especially for people that are competitive with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily that, oh my God, I'm trying to flex on people. It's I'm doing my thing. I'm in my own lane. I'm riding my wave. People want to, and always got something to say. They always want to try to get in somebody's way. They always want to go look that way. Why don't you go look in your own place? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, like, what you got going on over here that you got to be all up in here, all of my plica, all up in my cracks. You know what I'm saying? The crevices. Oh, even zooming in, right? It doesn't even matter. But either way, right? We got this energy, this blue moon evoking, and it's right. This otherworldly hue, and so you're gonna be like ethereal, right? This otherworldly view is you. So it's like quantum, right? Alignment, right? And your quantum alignment for you're watching me write poems right now because this is how I get my poem. Ultimate refinement, right? Right? So you're in your quantum alignment for your ultimate refinement, right? And it's gonna be appearing me like a flex. I don't even know why I even started going into it, but whatever the case may be, that's just how it is, right? So because you're captivating, ultimate refinement, captivating soul, right? Upliftments that are whole, right? Taking control, taking control, right? So fine. So right. So this rarity, it's a rarity, right? Because the this it's rare, right? So rare, rare like you, right? Rare like you, right? And and this transformation, right? It's like, right, with the transformation co comes from a land of transmutation, meaning, so those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, right? You've already, you're doing the work. You're not dilly-dallying, right? You're in your lane. Like we said, you're being prosperous in every kind of way. Even if you've met with challenges, challenges exist for everybody, right? Everything is polarities up in here, right? But this is opening doors, right? Giving extra, right? Because you're captivating. Oh, here we go. You are captivating your audience with your charm. We'll do charm. I haven't done charms in a little bit. We'll do charm, right? So, so you're captivating, you're alluring, right? And for some that is looking at you, I hate starting off thinking like this or whatever the case may be, but it's like, but also, oh, I hear, I see. You see what I'm saying? So for many of you, you're very like humble in your way. You're not competitive at all. And so this message here, you see, and I was reading it from the human perspective, because for me, I'm not trying to flex on nobody. Somebody can, you can walk into a spot, you can look great, you have, you walk in and you're strutting your stuff, your head is held up high, you're looking beautiful, you're looking great, you're looking handsome, you're feeling great, and you're just being your authentic self. And you walk into a room, group of people, and for them looking at you, just coming in because of your energy, your field, you're just radiating, right? You're radiating. And so for some that's looking at it in any kind of way, it's like a flex. It's like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Like, so you're flexing on people unintentionally, right? But do you see what I'm saying? So now, right? Okay, hold on, right? So you're learning how to accept that flex. So before it's never about that. It has never been about that. It's not about that. For the person I'm talking to here, it's not about that for you. You're not trying to show up and show off. Nah, that's what your competitors are like doing. They could they could fake the funk, and they can act like they all about this collective shit, but nah, they're for the fame, glory, all glory be to their name type of shit. They're never gonna admit to that. But those we know, and they know who they be. They want all the gut, they no guts, no glory, like shit like that. But anyways, either way, but they got the guts, right? Because they want all the glory. And so they're gonna do whatever it is that they have to do to get what it is that they want, to make it seem however it is that they need to make it seem. And they're gonna play, they're gonna watch, they're gonna gawk, they're gonna hop, they're gonna take notes, they're gonna want to embody your motherfucking energy in such a motherfucking way that they forget who the fuck they are. So granted, if that's how it gotta be, where they gotta try to be like you in some kind of degree, then by all means, don't get so mad. Maybe that's God's plan. Maybe that's God's plan, because maybe they need to get out of that fucking kind of mentality of competitiveness, of all this other kind of, they might be doing it for all the wrong reasons, but the juju that they're putting into their new and all this kind of stuff and the mix, that shit is fucking an elixir hit that they may not even see coming, know that it's coming or anything like that, because they didn't anticipate that, expect that, because they were just trying to win. You know what I'm saying? But here, this flex right here is like you coming into your clear, and you don't care anymore. You're getting into the place of the space that you don't care no more if it looks like a flex. Fuck you. Like, fuck you. Like, it's simple. It's like who the fuck are you to tell me anything otherwise? I'm not here to explain myself, and this is me just saying it because I'm speaking it into the video and we're talking about it in that kind of degree. But this is not even something that you have to even make known to anybody. It's like I don't got time, nor will I waste my time to explain myself to your negative thoughts or thinking or opinion about anything that has to do with me, because how you feel about me, what you think about me, you know what? It's none of my business. So bye. So it's like, so it's like, it's like, it's like, it's like, it's like really owning who you are. And finally, so it's like, for example, for me, like, for a lot of it, like, honestly, like, I didn't go to school for writing. Even though I've excelled in writing in school and all this kind of stuff, with papers and all this kind of stuff. But when you come into a real world where people are like, oh, what degree you have, or what credentials, or who did you write for? What company are you associated with? Or who can vouch for you, or all this, who you linked into, and all this kind of stuff, it can be very, very intimidating, right? Especially if nothing has been syndicated, nobody has said, oh my gosh, I want to work with you, let me help you out, and all this kind of stuff. Like, you got all these kind of people that is like, everybody's searching for clout, like all this kind of stuff. And then when they get to the position of place that they be, nobody wants to share that kind of information, you know what I mean? And it's just like, whatever, you know what I mean? So this is like, now, like, even like, what, like, with stuff, like sharing more of your stuff, like the rawness of your stuff. So this is like, if you're a painter and people never understood your art, like even me before, when I was younger, and I used to share a lot of my darker poetry, people used to think something was wrong with me, and I questioned my like, is everything okay, or this and this and that. But mind you, you don't know the healing, the journey, the transmutation, the transformation that has occurred for me to even get to this place of a space to share this with you. So no, this is not me. And like, if it's like personal poems and stuff like that, especially like during abuse or trauma or drama, fucking torture and all this kind of stuff, you know, people become concerned or red flagged, or all this kind of stuff, or question like, oh wow, that's really dark or intense. For me, I can't. If I had $1 for every time somebody called me intense, I'll be a fucking billionaire. You know what I mean? And so what I'm just trying to say is, now it's like, you don't care anymore how somebody's perceiving what you got going and doing for yourself. Now, if you go outside and you're rocking out an outfit, even if you're going to the grocery store, right? It's like, that's my outfit, right? So like, and now if you post something, and you have other people around, like, oh, you're not a professional writer, now you share a fucking poem. I shared my fucking poem. I shared my video that doesn't have a fucking professional editor editing my shit, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's like, now taking pride in your flex, whatever that is, whether it's you speaking more, whether it's you showing yourself more, whether it's you putting yourself out there more, whether it's you feeling great, acting great, and not giving a fudge how it rubs people the wrong way anymore, right? Like, I think about how many times, because I knew I was going into a space where my energy fucking rubbed people the wrong way, or made them feel insecure, and because I don't want to be that person thinking I'm better than anybody, I dim my own fucking light. Nah, so shit like that you're not doing no more. Now it's like, fuck you. I'm sorry that you feel that way about yourself, but that shit got nothing to do with me. And so now you're just like, whatever, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you want to call that a flex? I just call that being myself. Flex, okay? Flex. Time to have sex. Like, like, you bring me back to the back of the day, I would do some reggae. We dance up in here. Flex. Time to have sex. You know what song I'm talking about? I don't know the rest of the words, but that was the song. I don't know the words. Like, flex, time to have sex. But you get what I'm saying? So now it's just like, whatever. And so I just feel like right? So, right, the same way like the universe operates at its own timetable, so do you, right? So do you. You're operating on your own timetable, and all this now that's popping off, generating, percolating, and all this transformation through your transmutation and all this kind of stuff, right? It's this force of an integration that's happening for you right now, urging you, right? It's the merge of an urge, right? It's the merging of your urging. Ooh. It's the merging of your urging. So it's like urgent care. Oh my goodness, because you are rare. We're talking poetry out here. Oh my God, let's freestyle this delicious. Okay, because you are rare. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just the poetess in me. Always wanted to come out and speak. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, wait, I'm sliding off. I'm sliding off. Right. Right. So this flex. Let me just write this flex word down. Right. So flex. Thankful, have stay. Right. So look at all your stolen potions too, right? So people might be trying to steal your potion. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. People might be trying to steal your potion of black, right? They might be trying to steal your potion of black, right? But you got this full moon in Pisces igniting some kind of form of enlightening, right? Because the waters of emotion which you are tapped in, turned on, tuned into, right? So it's adding an extra layer of enchantment of sight, right? Sight, right? Sight. Because ethereal is the sign of Pisces ruled by Neptune, right? So it's connected to our intuition, right? Our dreams and unseen things, right? All these kind of mysteries, right? So this alignment is infusing, right, this full moon with even more profound spiritual energy, right, inviting us to explore the depths of the type of energies that might be external from us that are still triggering to us in some kind of way, and it's allowing us to have the intuitive wisdom to deal with stuff like this, right? So the boundaries, right, between that which is material with that which is 3D, that which is here, right, and the spiritual realm, and how things could become blurred. So you got to understand that they could think that they could steal the potion, right? They could watch you, clock you, gawk you, and all this kind of stuff, but they ain't the fucking energy. All right, they don't have the potion, because the potion is your energy. Do you understand that? So they could be walking around, I studied her. I even sound like her. Oh my God, I even got a dress like her. Oh my God, I even style and I braid my hair like her. I do all these things just like her. I speak like her. I act like her, but bitch ain't her. So it's an illusion. And you're seeing through that facade, you're seeing through that charade, right? This is an alignment that it's infusing you into your rarity act, into all that you are, right? The king, the queen, the king, the queen, the emperor, the emperor, the empress type of shit. Right? This is when we can easily connect with our inner self, our authentic self, accessing our subconscious minds, right? And receiving messages from our intuition clearly. Clearly. Right? The secret garden, talking flowers, that strange door, that portal door that you walk through every single time because you in that alignment. And every motherfucker ain't in that alignment. I'm sorry. They could think that they could do as much witchcraft. They can try their hardest. They can think that they're clever. They could think whatever. They could think that they're even unseen. They could think all these things. They could like, I got it. It's just like the same thing with with Ursula and Ariel, that she thinks she got her voice. It's so metaphorical. It's just like the conditioning in the world that got you conditioned to believe that your voice don't matter, or that you're less than somebody else that's validated. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. So you're tapping into your intuitive wisdom on how to handle these people that think that they can flex with your stolen potion. So you got people, so you see how I'm reading it too, right? So now you're starting to not give a fuck about your flex, but you also got people flexing with other people's stolen potion. And this too could be good too. This could be too that you're also, right? Because this is how I'm hearing it right now, teaming up with just the right amount of people. So this could be having a good team on your hands that works with you to flex. That it appears like a flex, whatever the case may be, right? Right? Clever disguise, right? Because they wear a clever disguise. None of your opponent's cards affect your cards. But look at none of your opponent's cards can affect you or your cards, right? Here you go. So none of your opponents can affect or touch you. Period. And this is an awesome time for this rare super full moon in Pisces, right? Encouraging us to engage more in our own self-reflection, self-introspection, right? Our evolution, right? So enhancing our own meditation practices, right? Connecting to our own spiritual aspects in life at this time, right? I love that. I love that. I love that. Look at finger wag of judgment. And for some of you, you might be dealing with a finger wag of judgment because of your high charisma, right? So you look at double high charisma, right? And you got so burning hands. Some of you too might be into Reiki, have healing hands, um, artist, something with your hands. You create, you make stuff, architect, build stuff. And this doesn't have to be just with your hands, but because you use your, maybe you speak with your hands, maybe you're a sign language interpreter or some type of interpreter of some kind of thing. And so either way, right? So you're dealing with energies that judge you a lot, right? And it's only because they're not happy with themselves. Trust that if people were like, honestly, like think about your position, right? For those of you that stand in the position of that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, like, yo, you be getting caught off guard with these type of people, these type of, not no more, but I'm just saying, like, for except for those of you that are younger now too, that you might be learning this now, and whatever the case may be. But for those of you that have learned this and you see this already, right, how people be and all this kind of shit, the reason why they were able to catch you off guard from Jump Street is not that you don't have the intuition for it, it's that you don't have the morality that they do in terms of being able to like act like that, to be a snake and all this kind of shit, this double-edged sword of like, oh my gosh, you can't trust me behind your fucking back type of shit, like, because you don't operate like that. So of course you don't think like that. Because you don't think like that, you don't operate like that. So because you don't think like that, you don't operate like that. So when these motherfuckers come in sideways acting real cool with you and all this kind of stuff, you took it for what it was, right? And all this kind of stuff. And meanwhile, there were snakes in disguise, right? So master clever disguise. They wore clever disguise. I was talking about this too, right? I don't remember to who, to not to specifically to who, but what platform, I mean, right? Where I was just saying, like, you got people that fake that like that do the minimum, right? So it's like even like with people that like follow or subscribe to you and all this kind of stuff, some are there, right? So it's like some are there to because you're admirable, right? You're admirable. You people do like you. Like there's like for those of you that are good, right? I'm not talking about the snakes. Like you get what I'm saying? Like those of you that are genuinely, authentically are like this. People come to you. You're helpful. You're kind. Not for the cameras. Not all this kind of like real shit behind the scenes. Well, this is how you are. Like behind the scenes when nobody's fucking looking, you're a fucking nice human being, okay? A kind human being, not some fake ass shit here or bipolar and all this other kind of stuff, like battling still your own inner fucking demons. I'm not talking to you. I just have to be clear because there's mixed crowds here, right? So So for those of you that have been fooled by the clever disguise, it's not so much that you've been fooled, is that you don't operate like that. And because you don't operate, why would you be in that energy? Of course not. Right? Of course not. But now that you've learned how people can cleverly disguise, right? You it's just, that's it, right? So there could be people, right, that you're admirable, like I said, right? You're admirable. People look up to you. You give great advice. You're like this sage, right? This ancient sage, right? This healer. This good vibe. Everybody feels good in your fucking presence and all this kind of shit and all this kind of stuff. And they might, in their highest of selves, genuinely like you, see the good in you. You help them. You help these fucking people. But their inner demons don't fuck with you like that. They know it. So that's why, this is a poor example, but this is what I'm gonna give because everybody's on fucking social media. This is like a person that supposedly you're cool, you're friends and all this kind of stuff. They subscribe to all your platforms and all this kind of stuff, but they're silent. And they only pop up once in a while to show face. But you know they watch, you know they listen, but the part of them that just can't get past your light to appreciate it for the value that it is, that's their devil shit. And so you got people with that kind of clever disguise that you're seeing through now too. It is like, damn, I like you too, but I can't fuck with you because you're still in an unhealthy state of alchemy, misaligned with your shrine. We were talking about this too. Like when you hang out with females, like a group of females that hang out together should be in the same energy field of self-acceptance. Because if not, it's never gonna work. It's always gonna be somebody feeling some type of broke, like a joke, not pretty enough, this and this and that. Like if you're gonna hang out with people, make sure that they're secure, that they're not insecure, and they're not having any kind of issues and all that. Because if not, you can't all enjoy yourself on the same levels. And people can be like, oh, that's so fucked up to say. Nah, it's true. Think about it. When you gone out with groups of people, and how about the people that didn't have money? They kind of sour pussed it for you, right? But for the group of people, I don't have money, like, like, oh, whatever the case may be. Or let's say you've been hanging out with a group of mixed. Some of them look like fucking supermodels. Some of them don't. Those supermodels that get like fucking floored everywhere they go and all this kind of stuff. And then you sitting there like, oh, am I the ugly duckling? Now, I'm not saying that happened to me, but I'm just saying. But you get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like everybody has to be on the same level of security in their hangout. So this is like, like in order to fucking properly get along, like it's not shade, it's because if not, somebody is gonna shade. So it's like you going out with a group of people and you trying to have a good time and somebody's mad, depressed, angry, bipolar, or fucking needs drugs or alcohol to have a good time. And you're just like, damn, we just got here. You got what I'm saying? So like it's hard to match with energies, especially to have a nice time. That's why your circle of light gets smaller and smaller. Granted, your soul tribe can get big, but that comes after you work this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Right. Your high charisma is paying off. There's people that are interested in you, whether this is in your work arena or in the love sector of your life. Your high charisma, like it's bringing in multiple like possibilities of opportunities for you. Somebody here too, you could be participating in some kind of competition too, like whatever the case may be. Right, or somebody here could be getting an award too for some kind of stuff. An award, right? In a clean cup, right? You're cleaning your cups. I want a clean cup, right? A clean cup. Your cup is clean, right? Your cup is clean. Clean cup. Learning to embrace the magic of this rare, special moon. Well, it's going to be beautiful, so make sure you're looking up at the sky too when it does happen, right? The awakening. Release judgments around food too. For those of you that are like on your health fit. And the struggle, water wheel, 31. Some of you could be 31. Somebody here could be life path 4, life path 3, life path 1, 31. Okay. The sacred blue water lily, also known as the Egyptian lily, has a stunning purple blue ting to the petal. It's so crazy. We were talking about this particular, because I have, because you know, I make things and I do a lot of stuff and teas and also bath rituals and things like that. So I use actually Egyptian lilies. They're pretty. They're pretty and they smell good too and stuff like that. And they're also anyways, doesn't matter. Native to the Nile River, it contains a psychoactive element that was used by the ancient Egyptians in religious rituals to gain higher consciousness, right? Because it's psychedelic, too psychoactive. On a metaphysical level, the blue water lily encourages the connection to our sacred self and reminds us to let go of self-imposed expectations. As American spiritual teacher Adi Da Samraj once said, relax, nothing is under control. Surrender your need to control everything and let others take the reins once in a while. You seem to be trapped in a situation. You are overwhelmed and feeling like a hamster endlessly running on a wheel. Are you caught in a relentless routine, exhausted and treating your body like a machine instead of a precious life form? You do not have to do it all. You do not have to be responsible for everything. This unicorn encourages the concept of going with the flow. Allow yourself to release some responsibilities, because this card highlights workaholic tendencies. You might be a workaholic too. You might think you always have to keep on producing too, but you gotta understand, if you're looking at it like that from the human perspective of time. Time is this limited thing, but we're infinite beings, and you're going to be living this soul multidimensional life, right? And we're multidimensional beings, we're quantum beings, we are souls having a human experience. Then time should not exist for you in this human coin term specific. And so there, you have time for everything. Everything that comes to your mind, all your creations that you're going to create, all you're doing is taking one step at a time into that creation, into that completion. And it's going to take steps. It's going to take a lot of steps to get to some other steps. But just that's why it's important to write things down, right? All the goals, all the plans you have, so that in due divine right time, you're working on those. You're painting each piece by piece by piece, right? So you have been relying too much on action, logic, and reason, and not allowing enough time for play, whimsy, and intuition. You might be stuck in old ways of thinking and becoming inflexible. Slow down, let go, let go, let go. This unicorn encourages pursuits that involve healing with water, and we're in this Piscean moon right now too, which is excellent for doing rituals with healing water, bath rituals, spiritual rituals, and all this kind of stuff. Definitely subscribe to my Enchantress, right? ENCHANT or ESS on Instagram, because my subscription platform is all about DIY, strategize, rituals. I provide recipes. I supply all the DIY enchantments that you need in order for you to succeed in everything that you want to breed, seed, and all the tools and all the guide and everything that you need in your life is provided for you in this wonderful, affordable platform that is available on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. Everything in the description box. Please read. There is a master link that is shared for you to have all the direct links and stuff like that for you to handle with care and stuff like that out there. But either way, Enchantress on Instagram. You can also find me on TikTok, Alchemistic POTUS. You can find me on Blogger too, Enchanting Babble on Blogger. That's enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. And yeah, thank you so much. Right? So this unicorn encourages pursuits that involve healing with water, explore curative remedies that use beautiful nature water to cleanse, restore, and relax. This may include luxurious baths, swims in the ocean, or visiting hot springs, drink more water or herbal teas, allow tears to flow if you have been bottling up your emotions. Who here has Pisces in their chart? I find I meet a lot of like Piscean suns that don't cry, and I'm so impressed because I'm like, I'm a Pisces moon and I'm always crying. But so you best believe that all these Piscean experiences that I would have, I'm not saying every single Piscean sun that I've met, because I've met Piscean suns that are very sensitive and cry and and have emotion, and or a lot of addictions too and things like that. But either way, the Pisces that I be meeting that I find fascinating, and I always find that those particular Pisces, if they were in Vedic astrology, they would be Aquarius. Would you believe that? I find that the Pisces that I have met that have been so like distant from their own emotions have strong Aquarius in their chart. Oh my God, you have no idea. That's just a theory of mine. I'm not saying it, like, this is just my own observations of meeting so many different people from walks of life for 40 plus years. That's just my assessment, that those that have Pisces sun and go off of Western astrology and tend to be less emotional, like emotionally expressive and more bottled in, tend to be in Vedic astrology Aquarius fucking sun. So if that be a you, maybe somebody's here is like that, go, so definitely check out your Vedic and your Western and stuff like that to see if that's you, if you fall into that kind of Pisces ruling, because then that will explain. I would say then go to the sign of Aquarius to really understand deeper, see your ways of emotional expression and things like that, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Because for those that have Piscean dominant in their chart, like, how do you not feel? Right? How do you not feel? Oh my God, it's unreal. Right? So yeah, all right. So let it go. Okay, let's see what we got here. So thank you so much for returning subscribers. Thank you so much for new subscribers. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you are here, I would appreciate it if you would show some support, especially if you made it to this point of where I'm asking this right now. If you've watched it thus far, to like this video. It really does help my channel to grow and for the algorithm to work in my favor too. You know what I'm saying? That's nice. Plus 3 years, right? So, oh, I want to use those. Okay. Some of you could be dealing with death, loss in some kind of way. Death moves amongst us. And so the heart of compassion that, I say, like, I've actually been dealing with, that's part of, a lot of stuff, like with me and things like that, like dealing with death and loss and things like that, or whatever the case may be. And I've just been having some really powerful epiphanies and reflections and introspections in regards to death as of late. and just how, like I was telling my daughter the other day, I said, it just really sucks. I said, I understand it from the whole spiritual perspective that, we are more than these bodies. We are more than these bodies, and therefore we will always live on, and there is never an end. But I said, as much as you can intellectualize that leveling of understanding, it still doesn't take away from the hurt in this human perspective form, because as much as you may understand it spiritually, it doesn't feel that way from this human experience. Like when you're dealing with death or you're dealing with loss, it feels like forever. Like even if you can intellectualize the spiritual nature of it. So yeah, I know I just got emotional. But that's just my Pisces mood. But I was talking about that and we were just talking and I was just like, so it really sucks. So you might be grieving in the most healthiest way that you have ever grieved before, because you're so much more spiritually evolved. And that in itself can feel lonely too, because it's bittersweet. It's like, that's like a double-edged sword, because it's like, this human experience for how it cuts my fucking heart out, that type of thing. So yeah, that's for whoever that's for. It's ebbs and flows, right? Ebbs and flows. Okay, what message do we have for those that are tapped into and not tuned in for this super rare moon, full moon, in Pisces? What message here can touch the hearts in ways that will help everyone to further evolve and resolve? I said it right? Yeah, resolve anything that might be a little bit off for them in terms of death moves amongst us, right? So just allow your grievances heal, right? Heal and grieve in your own pace and space, the sadness of letting go. you know, Sometimes it just hurts to let go, you know. The learning of rights. You could be learning something too. You could be getting a certificate in something. You could be getting school for something. You could be getting a degree in something. You could be getting a reward, an award for something as well. You could be learning something. You could be improving your skills. You could be improving your skills by learning more skills. You could be taking classes. You could be writing more. You could be activated more in ways that are helping your career. Right? You could be working with others to enhance, so you could be in a group with a group of people learning something within a community. Like I said, you could be doing rituals. You could be joining forces like with another group. This could be going to school too. This could be learning something. That's what I'm getting from this right now, just looking at that. Some kind of, this could be a ceremony, this could be something. Here we go. Oh. As you wander this path of the soul, you may come upon others like yourself who have formed small clans and found their place in the world. Watch as they celebrate the rebirth of their clan, the rise of the new, the passing of ritual from one generation to the other. This is soul tribe talk, right? Learn of the rights which can guide us all and be shared with all who have this tender love for other beings within their heart. So it's meeting the right kind of hearts for your heart. I love that. I love that. Meeting meeting the right kind of hearts for your special heart. I love that. right? So no more having to deal with fuck shit vibes from other kind of energies. It's just your discernment. You see through the lies, you see through the mask, you see through the charade, right? You see through all that nonsense, and you're just like, you're not going to play, right? So, so learn of the rights which can guide us all and be shared with all who have this tender love for other beings within their hearts. Make time for play, delight, and celebration in your rituals. Let them not be so earnest that all joy is dimmed. This is a time for the new, for the unlearned, for the joyous discovery of what could be and what will come. Anticipate this with all the sweetness you can muster, right? All the sweetness you can muster. A time to share. So this could be a reunion too. This could be a marriage. This could be an engagement. This could be a coupling. This can be a parenting. This could be somebody getting pregnant. This can be a joining of companies, a merge, right? What did we say the merge was before? The merge for your own. So this is like a merge. This could be even a like for some kind of company merge, some kind of investment merge, some kind of merge like that too, and stuff like that. A time to share, a time to care in that kind of way, right? Sorry. It's sorry. We may love the road we take alone, and on that lonely road, we may find the truths of who we are. But until we allow another being to be close to us, we will not find out who we have become in relation to others. It is time to form bonds and relate and rediscover your own thoughts and feelings in response to those of another. There will be times when there are shared experiences, their pleasures amplified because they are mutual. This is the true joy of companionship and friendship. For my celibates and my abstinence out there, my virgin crews, right? This is for you, right? This is a friendship coming into something more. This is the realization of how you feel about somebody. This is the realization of how somebody feels about you. This could be also you, the celibate abstinent virgin crew that is like, oh, I'm not going to be like, I'm not focused on relationships right now, or whatever the case may be. And this is actually meeting up. It's a time for you to come into union with another in some kind of way, right? The sense that the world is seen and experienced and even understood for a small moment by two or more people. All is sweeter because the deep longing to share with another is finally fulfilled. So this is like even consummating a relationship. Okay, this is going that extra, right? This is the cementing of a relationship, of a bond. This is someone admitting how they feel about you and no longer denying it. This is two friends who are in love with each other finally giving in. You get what I'm saying? Like something like that too. The time to share, right? And this learning rights, and this could be a marriage too, right? So I have something cool, right? So here, right, it could be a marriage too. So some of these. That could be a marriage too. Let's leave those right there. Let's see what we get. This is like another form of my ABC oracles. Let's see. So this could spell words, things, whatever the case may be. We're gonna see, but you know how I do my ABC oracles, but this is really cool. This is alphabet dice. Alphabet dice, okay? So we'll see what comes up here. Actually, because I want to do charms too. Right. Let's do charms. Let's do some charms. Let's do some charms. Okay. Initials could be JMM, could be BM, BS. J could be in their names, right? This one's stuck. P or D, that's D. PD, DB, that could be initials. X, something with an X, right? Something with an X could be contacting you. Someone here, initials could be FT, TF, JMM, JM, DM, BM, BS, right? Right? Somebody could be going to Hawaii, and I know that there's stuff happening in Hawaii right now. So I don't know if it's because you have family or something, but that I saw right here. Somebody's name could be Hannah, right? Helen, John, Jonathan, Ginger, okay, Dan, Danielle, right? Somebody could be working on their tan. Somebody could be going to Cannes. Net. Somebody's network pay can be increasing. Network pay, right? Somebody could be writing you a letter. Somebody's speaking code to you. Somebody could be learning coding. Somebody could be having a girl. Pete. Somebody doesn't know how to say thank you. Somebody doesn't know how to tell you that you helped them. They don't know how to say this yet. And so they're thinking of a clever way to come to you to say something. This could be somebody from your past. This could be somebody that you don't even know. Somebody's going to try to reach out for you, whether it be in a mask that they wear because they can't tell you who they are. This could be somebody that is in an industry that they're unsure of how your reaction would be, or they feel like they can trust you, but they're not sure and they just don't want to risk it in some kind of way. Right? And you can start with a J, T, P, G, B, right? Somebody's thinking about being a ghost for Halloween. I just think that's funny. Okay. I think that's funny. I think that's funny. Somebody's name could be Jade. Somebody could be feeling jaded. J, somebody could be named J. Peg. Somebody could be getting pegged. Okay. Somebody could be a hunter here. I don't like that boy because I love my animals. But if you, I'm not here to judge you. Don't tell me. Somebody could be getting you crystals. Somebody's going to be counting something, counting money. Somebody could be riding a boat. Somebody could be getting a jaguar. Somebody could be getting an STD. Sorry. From eating something they shouldn't. Okay, that's the clue. That's the clue. All right. All right, let's put this away. I want to do some charms. Okay. Well, this is a little bit, I don't want to call this one ABC Oracle because I call the other one ABC Oracle. So I gotta think of a name for this one. ABC Box? Yeah, no. Okay, let's do it. Okay. All right, somebody could be flying somewhere for business, career business, taking off, taking flight, first class, private jet. It's like, woo, I'm going up and like, what? I'm traveling. Oh my gosh. And you know what I hear too? You know how people be always trying to flex, right? And all this kind of stuff. But you might be on some private jets. You might be on some first class. You might be taking little weekend trips, getaways, and not saying shit to nobody. And this is the excitement level of your life. So you might be doing stuff, having certain experiences that you're not posting. You're not sharing, and you don't have to. Look at that. You don't have to, because your plate is different, right? And you're filling up your plate with sweet. You're filling up your plate with sweets. And then we got this dragon type energy. You know how I feel about my dragons, right? Roar. So it's like here in the center, in the middle, this dragon protection, this energy of protection, right? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. That's like your guardian, right? Here we are on fire, right? Fire, it could be fire signs too, right? So always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. So this is in love and partnership that came out too, right? And so that's Vars Varsidor. But look at that, looks like the star, right? Or temperance. Either way, it's reminding me of the star and temperance because of the filling and the cup and the pouring and all this kind of stuff, right? Somebody with NZN, right? Gingerbread, little gingerbread, little gingerbread. Somebody's gonna come with a gingerbread. Go look at brushing your teeth. Somebody could be trying something with teeth, or fixing their teeth, working on their teeth, getting dental work done. Or somebody needs, because this is under advice and guidance, somebody needs to brush their teeth, or like, no, I don't mean it like that, but I mean, like in terms of going to the dentist, you know what I mean? To take care of it, right? So take care of yourself at the dentist, right? Oh, somebody here could be a dancer, loves to dance. Somebody could be learning how to dance. Somebody here could be dancing more. Somebody here can be a ballerina. Somebody here could be a professional dancer. Somebody here could be taking dance lessons with their partner and getting, oh, chicka, 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 boom, boom, right? Oh, guardian angels and angel protection in your love relationship. So even those that have passed on from both sides, like, so even if you're single, it doesn't matter, whoever you will be with, it's a blessing from both sides of those, that the ancestors that have passed on and stuff like that, the lifesaver. Like, look at that, look at ring. Life ring. Oh my gosh, right? And here you go, even traveling, even like, yeah, here you have even spirit animal protection, right? The sun, right? Spirit self, the sun. You could be a Leo too, a sun sign of whatever here, divinely lit, guided, and protected under spirit and self, right? Somebody here could be learning palmistry, or you might read palms and things like that too. You might read signs, symbols. You might be into symbology. You might be into Reiki healing and stuff like that as well. Look at two hands. You got, so yes, your hands are God's, right? What's for you will not pass you, right? So that's, look at home and family life. So for those of you that feel like you're not going to have a home and family life, look at what for you will not pass you. Okay, Reiki, look at this, is rose quartz. That makes me think. So love in the home, right? Love in the home. Love. What? 11, 11. The lovers, health and well-being for the lovers, a crowning, right? A key. Somebody could be getting a haircut too, or somebody here could be a stylist in some kind of way. Collection of memories, finances and wealth. You could be traveling, collection of memories, making memories. Oh, look at feet. Somebody too with the feet, something with the feet as well. Or maybe even, oh, look at a rocking horse. Somebody here could be having a baby too. Health, some kind of horse, some kind of rocket. Somebody could be placing bets too, here, right? A, initials A, that could be a spirit guide as well, like a spirit guide with the letter A. A spirit guide. A baby could be a mother, spirit guide. So somebody's mother, grandmother, like an ancestor, is trying to contact you, right? And it might make you feel like you're in the circus,
or you might feel a little crazy experiencing certain kind of things that are happening to you spiritually. If you ever want to talk about it, I've been going through these kind of trippy experiences since I was a young child, and so I will never believe you to be crazy. There are just ways to learn to understand it in ways that is going to be helpful to our situations and stuff like that, right? So don't think that you're crazy, because you're not. Like, especially if things are intensifying for you, especially if you're seeing things that are not there, if you're hearing things that are not there, and things like, I'm not going to condone mental health disorders and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to enable that. I'm not going to say all this kind of stuff. I'm not here to replace the diagnosis of anybody's doctor and stuff like that, but I am going to say that I do feel there are a lot of misdiagnoses in every kind of way, in terms of how people look at things, of how they see certain kind of things. So yeah, it's just a different outlook, a different take on all that kind of stuff. So somebody with the letter MT, somebody could be also be going to a mountain or somewhere where there's an MT, or TM, right? GTM, these could be initials as well. Home and family, MT, somebody's mother, grandmother, could be making contact. Somebody's mother, grandmother, great grandmother could be making contact, and maybe you were getting signs, so this is confirmation. Somebody's great grandmother can ZMMZMAQ, or this could be just some spirit guides, right? K, something with a K. Somebody with the letter K could be giving you advice or guidance, right, on how to better care or do something, or teaching you something, right? Yeah, but look at this. I like that this is the real thing. First class, right? Private jet, like soaring. Your social life is getting better and better in terms of career, in terms of your platforms. If you're on social media, everybody's on social media nowadays, right? So social media is a business for everybody, right? So it's an increase. It's increasing. It's getting exciting. There might be people contacting you that is like a lifesaver. Like, so even like agents, I hear like an agent, an editor, a new collaborator, some kind of investment, some kind of scout. Like somebody could be scouting. Either way, dragon fire protection, right? Something with your hands, you could be working. Right? Yeah. L. Oh, what's this? Ooh, is this Bergano? No, this is not. This is I forgot the name. Can you read? What was that noise? There was no noise. What are you talking about? Huh? There was no noise. Is this the only one? This is daggers. 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 All right, hold on. Daggers. Daggers. See, daggers. Look at under finances and wealth. It's the awakening, right? Enlightenment, invisibility, right? It's an incommunicable paradox, monduality, right? Time is an illusion that once realized is lovingly embraced nonetheless. What are we talking about, right? So it's day or dawn. It's about awakening, ruin of the hyper consciousness, the process of concept becoming realized, right? It's about the paradoxical truth, incommunicable, right? Experience, conceptual realization, enlightenment, and satori, right? What is satori, right? What is satori, right? It's sudden enlightenment, right? That's what satori is, right? So it's energy, it's twilight, it's dawn, it's the polarity, it's reality, it's unity, it's synthesis, it's transmutation, right? It's the inevitability of dawn, awakening one's awareness, hope, happiness, the ideal. It's a paradigm shift. or lack of vision, sleep, however you want to see this. This could be the flip side of it, right? Blindness, hopelessness, cataclysmic change. Degas governs attaining the mystical moment through penetration of the secret of paradox or non-duality, reception of mystical inspiration, the gift of Odin. Disappearance in the act of becoming the invisible. Invisibility as an organizing principle of higher consciousness. Synthesis of right and left brain dynamics. Transformation of one thing into its opposite. Integration of female and male into complete being. Dagas is the counterpart to the rune Jera. Both refer to time. Jera on an annual. That's what I was talking about with the time, right? When you realize that time is an illusion, time is of the essence. How you use that time now is magic, right? So Jera on an annual cycle and Dagas on a daily cycle. So this is the daily cycle. This is your daily routine. Both are runes of change. Jera is a rune of gentle change. Dagas is a rune of bold change, for example. The burst of light at the moment of illumination. It contains within it its energies, the experience called Satori, a spiritual awakening experience common in all cultures. Archaeological evidence proves that dagas has been used as a symbol of light for more than 4,000 years. It is the rune of hyperconsciousness. Achievement of the state of mind seems to be a relatively rare occurrence in human life at this stage of evolution. But we are rare, we are kind, we are rare, we are special, just like this special rare blue super moon that's happening, right? So as rare as this occurrence, so what they're saying here, so don't people be like, oh, I'm getting all dagas. Not everybody gets dagas. Okay. So when chronicled, it marks the beginning of the mission of a world savior on earth. Much has been written on the psychology and metaphysics of uniting left and right brain functions. Degas holds dominion over this union and is a tool that gives you great potency for present awareness and future growth. I'm getting goosebumps all over my freaking body. It is reminiscent of the symbol of infinity, and the Mobius strip, timelessness and an illimitable potential, as well as an overturned hourglass. The point of poise entails balancing polarity so that all mystery is revealed to consciousness. The transformation of paradox into non-dual awareness occurs with dagas energies. It is to find the center between two extremes and maintaining a state of mind undisturbed by any mental or emotional storm. You know how powerful that is to be in a state of where you are going through everything and to be unmoved in your mental and emotional sphere because you are in a state of Satori. Chacho. At the center, all power is to be found, and equilibrium is a desirable attainment. This practice eventually leads to the practitioner no longer requiring a single right or wrong answer to the mysteries, and many truths can exist complementary to one another. No one single belief or viewpoint is sufficient, and so all beliefs and viewpoints can be progressively abandoned. In the stillness and silent questioning of the mind that is left behind, all truth resounds. Dagas can be used to gain absolute stillness. It is invisible, transforming power. The vibrational patterns of the self or an object can be dampened so that the perception of material things to the human eye grow faint. Finding this point of poise takes great skill and practice with dagas, but mastery of this rune of enlightenment leads down the path of disappearance. Mastery of invisibility leads to the understanding of existence through its opposite, non-existence. An interesting thing to keep in mind is that the Futhark has no rune for the night or for the moon. These are absences, not things. Darkness is not darkness, it is quality of the light. The sun is always there. It is our world that spins around and causes the illusion that it is not. As well, the light of the moon is a reflection of the sun's light. There is little reason to think that the ancients were not aware of this, even mathematically. Darkness is not darkness. It's a wonderful saying to meditate upon. Darkness is not darkness, and will reveal to the seeker that there is no true opposites as we are often convinced of, but only polarities within the supreme mystery of existence. I love that, because what's the difference between polarities and opposites? Right? When you're like, oh, what's the difference between that? It's a huge difference, because when you're saying something is opposite, you're saying it's different from you. But if you're saying something is your polar, it means it is a complementary polarity to that which you are. So it's like when we talk about the astrological polar signs, it's not that they're opposite each other or different. It's just they have to find the infusion of their polarities to find that infusion to make it whole, right? A polarity, it makes you whole. It is not so much the opposite of that which is, it's the infusion of that which is that is without. And so that shit is deep. Like, you know, play that back as often as you need, right? So let's see what else we got here. Right? Could have been born 1968, 1986. Could have been born November 13th. You could be an earth sign, be a Leo, right? Could have been born 1989, right? 1989, 1985, you could be 58 years old, 59, 57. You don't have to be 51. You could have been born 1998, 1989, 1981, 1961, 53 years old, 1953, 1963, 1965, 1968, 1967, 1962. 1978, 1979, 1975, 1971. Then we got another rune right here, which is the rune I have right here. Can you see that? Can you see that? I don't know, right? That's just where you're able to see it. Anyways, can you see it now? This is Ingus. It's the seed. It's about creation, right? Where are you? Process, evolution. It's an energetic burst, right? Only when we know our solitude to be different from our loneliness, we can be holy enough to honor another's place, right? It's the seed, the God. It's process, it's space. It's a rune of isolation or separation in order to create a space or place where the process of transformation into higher states of being can occur. It's the rune of gestation and internal growth. Internal growth, personal development, the power of suggestion, the inner child wholeness. It's an earth god. Stored energy, gestation process, it's male mystery, subtly planned, right? Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Resting gestation, internal growth, expectation, times for oneself, right? So it governs storage and transformation of power for ritual use, stored energy, passive meditation, and centering of energy and thought, sudden release of energy, all forms of subtle creative action. Represented by the very ancient god image Ing. Ingus is a rune of male fertility. The English language participated ing adds to any verb the idea of action, doing, being, seeing. The addition of ing represents action in the actual process of activity rather than an object. Thus, even common elements within our most common language use ing to infer the process of creation. Ingus is that potential energy that must accumulate gradually in storage before being released as a single surge of energy. It represents the process of a mental seed desire implanted by the conscious mind into the subconscious for incubation and gestation. So this is all your transitionary periods. It's like finally all the transition turning into all the transition from the transmutation turning into this transformation, this burst of energy from this transformation, right? So Ingus governs the process of seed into catalyst and the self-sacrifice of one form to bring into being a new form. So this is discipline. And the characteristics that are inherited because of this transformation from this discipline, from this act, from this acting. English contains within its lore the true meaning of sacrifice. Such sacrifice occurs when one form is called upon to die so that a newly evolved form may begin to grow. This is one of the cornerstone concepts in what it is known as the male mystery. To die for something such as a cause, an ideal such as freedom, a universal theme in a warrior traditions is thus connected to the energies of Ingus. There is great wisdom in creating an analogy between the fundamental act of nature and the mystical act of generation. The failure of A magical operation is often caused by the lack of the operator letting go of some past form of manifestation so that a newly desired form can be born. All humans live in the past to some degree or another, but one must apply the laws of nature, which call for death of the old in order to bring about transformation into new energies and new forms. This sounds simple to do on an intellectual level, but in practice, requires masterful artistry. Ingalls signals the integration of the four selves: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It is the drive toward completion and totality, and acts as the catalyst for movement toward wholeness. Where Bacano signifies the outer child, hidden within the wisdom of Ingalls is the activation of one's inner child. All right, and that is what I have for you guys. Till next time, thank you so much. Have a nice one.